5'10" outside hitter. She's a junior, actually a transfer from the University of Arkansas in Little Rock. Number 9, Bray Denton, the 5'10" freshman middle blocker from Greenbrier, Arkansas. Number 10, Violeta Mendoza Quintana. She's a 5'9" junior outside hitter from Chihuahua, Mexico. Number 12, Christiane Uzo, 5'10" freshman outside hitter from Beaumont, Texas. Number 16, Mackenzie Thoman, the 5'4" junior libero from O'Fallon, Missouri. And number 21, Taylor Scalzi, the 5'10" junior setter from Flower Mound, Texas. Your key players to watch out for tonight, number 4, Morgan Schuster from Southern Arkansas, one of the best setters in the GAC. She had 25 assists in the last game that Southern Arkansas played, which was a 0-3 sweep loss against Arkansas Montgomery, but she averages just over 9 assists per set. Meanwhile, for Henderson State, Maya Robinson had a bit of a down game last time around, but we know how talented she is. She still leads the team in total kills on the season and is second in kills per set. Just moments away from first serve here on the Henderson State Sports Network. Tonight's broadcast is being provided on Facebook and YouTube via the Henderson State Sports Network. Pleasure to be with you. Thank you so much for joining us wherever you may be watching from, whether that's Magnolia, Arkansas down the road, Arkadelphia, Arkansas right here, although you should be at the gym. And of course we've got parents watching from places all over the map. Southern Arkansas is going to be wearing yellow and blue uniforms. The Mule Riders, they're on the left side of your screen. Henderson State is actually wearing gray jerseys. The team normally wears white jerseys. The liberos today, Bailey Kirk for Southern Arkansas, number 8. And for Henderson State, it's number 16, Mackenzie Thoman. Kirk averages just over 2.6 digs per set, and Thoman almost 5 digs per set. Taylor Scalzi is going to serve for Henderson State right to left. Just awaiting action. And it looks like we're ready to go. Scalzi lines up, and we are underway here in Arkadelphia. The initial attack comes from Truly Bates. It falls, and Southern Arkansas leads this one 1-0. Well, Truly Bates didn't register any statistics coming into tonight's game, the 6'3" freshman middle hitter, so I do not believe we've seen her play yet. And that is Christiane Uzo, the freshman for Henderson State, tying the set up at 1. Uzo, a freshman 5'10" outside hitter from Beaumont, Texas, averaging just over 2 kills per set. Also has 39 combined blocks on the season. Floater from Bermudez falls, and the Mule Riders lead 2-1. And yeah, Truly Bates has not played this season. She's not on the stat sheet for the year for the team from Magnolia. So this is her first action this year. Maya Robinson, a skip across hands. And Carlin Whaley's attack is rejected. She'll try for another. It's off hands. And a point for Southern Arkansas. Carlin Whaley, with just her second kill of the season. Uzo, too far. Point, Mule Riders. And the Mule Riders score. Coming into the evening, Carlin Whaley, she'd only played in 3 sets for the Mule Riders. Also gets an opportunity tonight for Southern Arkansas, and the Reddies are going to score there. They lead this one 4-2. That's Maya Robinson with the kill, her first of the evening. The assist comes from Taylor Scalzi. Denton serves for Henderson State. And the floater from Bermudez put right back. Whaley jumps the ball, and the Mule Riders score. Uzo and Sykes tried for the block at the line, and it went out of play. Thoman has to dive for the bump, and it's Robinson on the attack. It connects. Reddies up 5-3. Madison Hatt has subbed in for Henderson State. She rotates setting duties with Taylor Scalzi. Hatt, the freshman, who also played during the spring season for Henderson State. Second on the team in assists, as you would expect. That attack right there actually hit the antenna on the near side. You cannot hit the antenna. It's out of bounds at that point. One of the more interesting rules in college volleyball. So that puts Hatt up for service again, with the Reddies in the lead. And I think that one connected. It did. Reddies score. Madison Hatt with her 15th service ace of the season. And she also averages 3.78, make that 3.87 assists per set, and right with it, she's going to respond with a service error, which will be her 18th service error of the season. So you got to go 1 for 1 there, I guess, and the Reddies still maintain a narrow margin. Abby Bermudez is going to serve for Southern Arkansas. The senior from Kaufman, Texas, went to Kaufman High School. Here's Robinson, diagonal swing. Thrust up by Landry Rogers, back on to the Reddies side. Robinson, ball nearly hit the ceiling on the reception, and that's Landry Rogers going to get the kill for Southern Arkansas. The Mule Riders lead this one 7-5. Sykes is blocked, and Hatt's going to fake the set for a score. And 7-6, the Reddies are down. It's Robinson serving. Robinson's also great as far as receiving the ball goes. She came into the evening with 143 total digs on the year. She's not going to get a chance there, though. Southern Arkansas leading this one 8-6. Well, 10 straight wins for Henderson State in this rivalry. And as a matter of fact, Henderson State won the last match 3-1 on April 6th of this calendar year. That was in the GAC tournament. They held the games at host sites, so the higher seed hosted. That's Thoman on service for Henderson State. Ball falls out and away, and the Reddies have tied set number 1. Mackenzie Thoman, the reigning GAC Defensive Player of the Year, earned that honor during the shortened spring season. She was also first-team All-GAC. Came into the evening with nearly 1,500 career digs. Her 1,459 is good for 7th best in the program. And she's just a junior as well, so she's got another season under her belt coming up as well. Landry Rogers straight away and out. Too far, and we're tied at 9. Let's see who they bring in for service. Scalzi, so they've rotated service back to her. Henderson State starting with two attackers, or their two best attackers, one on the front and one on the back side. Robinson on the back line, and then Mendoza Quintana started at the front. She just swung that one from the middle. Attack is blocked. The Reddies are very good at blocks. That's one of their biggest defensive strengths. They do way better than their opponents at blocking. A little bit of ping pong going on right now. Mendoza Quintana. And the Reddies are up 10-9. That means Scalzi serves again, right to left, to the far side. And Whaley, attack error that appeared to be. Looks like it bounced off of the net without a block. The Reddies now lead this one by 2. They've managed to swing the momentum around a little bit after kind of playing step for step with Southern Arkansas in the early going. And that is a beauty. Isla Olivas, the 5'10 freshman middle hitter. She had 7 kills in the loss against Arkansas Monticello last time Southern Arkansas played a game. Came into the evening averaging 1.68 kills per set, also 24 combined total blocks. Speaking of blocks, the Reddies leading blocker, Bray Denton, just sent that one across. And nobody can do the same for Southern Arkansas. You can see some struggles with coordination on the Mule Rider side. Just having trouble getting good sets sometimes. They do have a good setter on the team. Mendoza Quintana serves for Henderson State straight away. Whaley off the candy cane. Ready score. 13-10 is the lead for Henderson State. And that means Violeta Mendoza Quintana once again. Not one of the most efficient Reddies as far as service goes. Leads the team with 25 service errors, make that 26. Hopefully she didn't hear me just now, but Southern Arkansas gets a break down 13-11 in set 1. But what she lacks in service abilities, she makes up for in kills. Came into the evening leading the team in kills per set and second in the team in total kills. 3.33 kills per set and 163 total knockdowns. And she's already got 1 tonight. Maya Robinson just got her 3rd on the evening. She leads the Reddies in both attacks and kills. And good news for her, she does not have any attack errors. Registered 8 in the loss against Harding last Thursday. It's been 5 days since the Reddies played volleyball. Sykes and Robinson on the left side of the net blocked the ball out of bounds for the error. And Southern Arkansas down by 2. Uzo immediately rejected. I saw Landry Rogers there, and that's whom they're going to give it to. That was an incredible block. Maddie Fairchild in the ball game just bumped that one. And you can see Southern Arkansas doing a good job defending right at the tape, and so Robinson has to float the ball over. All his spikes through hands. Here's Uzo. And did that one hit? It did. Point Reddies via Christiane Uzo. Uzo, a high school track, volleyball, and soccer athlete. Back in Texas and ultimately settled, as you can see, on volleyball. Hat to serve. Good set. But Bermudez gets denied at the tape. Caitlin Sykes with the block. And the Reddies are up 16-13. Caitlin Sykes, another good Reddie. Sykes has 56 kills and 55 total blocks now. Speaking of blocks, failed block attempt from the Reddies, and Southern Arkansas is up 16-14. The Reddies, they outblock opponents this season, if you include tonight's stats, 131-57. And it's Bray Denton who leads the way with a total of 59 combined solo and assisted blocks. Mendoza Quintana in the ball game for Henderson State. Mackenzie Thoman, the libero, will sub out. So expect Fairchild to really pick up those duties. Fairchild wearing jersey number 20, the 5'2 sophomore. The ball goes past her and Robinson, and the Reddies still lead, but it's 17-15. So Bray Denton's going to sub in, and Fairchild will sub out. Thoman's back in as well, and it looks like Denton will not come into the ball game. Service from Schuster. Two Reddies dive for the ball. It goes away, and Southern Arkansas is still staying in set one. A team that hasn't won a GAC game since the spring season. Their lone win of that season was against Arkansas Tech. The Mule Riders went 1-10 on the year. Kyasia Magruder with the attack, and Southern Arkansas having trouble getting the ball set. Able to get it across, though. Mendoza Quintana, the ball changes direction by scraping off of the scoreboard. That can happen. Magruder floating the ball. We do have a whistle. Rogers was trying for the attack, and the Reddies score. 18-16 lead in set one for the Reddies. You have to get to 3 sets to win. You have to win by 2. Sets 1 through 4, it's played at 25. Set 5, it's played at 15. Mackenzie Thoman to the right side. Sent across from Bates. Bates in her first game of the season. Robinson, the diagonal swing. Bates out.
Point.
Reddies by 3.
Timeout, Southern Arkansas.
Southern Arkansas has seen enough for now. That's a timeout. Reddies up by 3 in set 1. We'll step aside here on the Henderson State Sports Network. (19-16) lead for Henderson State over Southern Arkansas in set 1. Mackenzie Thoman's going to serve for Henderson right to left if you're just joining us here on the Henderson State Sports Network. Henderson State is on the right side of your screen, Southern Arkansas on the left side. Thoman, right of middle. And Olivas gets the kill for Southern Arkansas. The Mule Riders down by 2. It's the third kill of the evening for Landry, or make that the 4th kill for Olivas. She now leads the way. She's got just as many kills as she does total attacks on the evening for a hitting percentage of 1,000. Speaking of hitting percentage, Violeta Mendoza-Quintana with her second kill of the evening. Reddies up 20-17. They're 5 away from winning set 1. Reddies haven't won a set 1 since the Reddy Tiger Invitational, which was hosted right here a couple weeks ago in the Duke Wells Center. Ball somehow stays alive. Whaley's got to rocket the ball across, and Uzo tries for the response, immediately rejected. Whaley again from the far side into the hands of Thoman. Mendoza-Quintana drops it. It's pushed back to the back court, sent straight across by Rogers, out of play. Reddies are up 21-17. And an uphill battle coming up now for Southern Arkansas. Taylor Scalzi to the Southern Arkansas left side. Whaley couldn't attack the set, actually went across the net. Whaley swings. Robinson digs. Scalzi sets. Mendoza-Quintana too far. Bailey Kirk, the libero for Southern Arkansas, went to VR Eaton High School, native of Hazlet, Texas. And Violeta Mendoza-Quintana with a little bit of old razzle-dazzle, and the Reddies are 3 away. And Mendoza-Quintana will serve as well. Near the middle of the box, Whaley has her attack blocked. Denton and Uzo were there. Not blocked this time, though. It's Mendoza-Quintana from the middle. And it falls, and the Reddies are 2 away here in Arkadelphia. The Reddies have been out-attacked today. 33-30, but they lead by 5. Sneak attack from Schuster. Sometimes your setters will do that. They'll attack it instead of setting. Bermudez stretches for the attack. The swing from the other way comes from Robinson, and it goes down, and we go to set point.
And the Reddies have set point.
Mendoza-Quintana punches the ball to the middle. Bermudez. Ball goes wide. No, they're going to give that to Southern Arkansas. Must have said there was contact on the play, which means Southern Arkansas serves. Bailey Kirk. I take that back. It's Samantha Still, the freshman, who had 9 digs in the loss against Arkansas Monticello. And Taylor Scalzi tried for the game-winning kill there with one hand. And instead, Southern Arkansas now 2 consecutive points. The Mule Riders are down by 4. They've got to score 4 consecutive to at least stay alive in the ball game. This means Samantha Still's going to serve again. Averages nearly 3 digs per set. Scalzi sets up for the game winner from Denton, but it's blocked. The Mule Riders have scored 3 consecutive points. Reddies need just 1 to win. And it's Robinson who finishes the deal. And the Reddies win set 1, 25-21. We'll be right back on the Henderson State Sports Network. Well, if you want to know the game score at any point, just look at the scoreboard that's hanging from the ceiling. The bottom left, that one that you see there, represents the amount of points the Reddies have. That's the amount of set victories they have. The 0 on the bottom right represents Southern Arkansas. But don't be confused, though, because Henderson State's team is actually on the right side of the court. Southern Arkansas is on the left side, but their scores are inverted. I'll also try to give the set score as much as I can. It's just our broadcast does not give the set score, so I try to help people out as much as I can, especially if you're just joining the game. The Reddies lead this one 1-0 after winning set 1 25-21. It's going to be Landry Rogers serving for Southern Arkansas to begin set 2, and we're underway. Mendoza Quintana drives the ball to the backside. Whaley, the counter drive hits the court, and it's 1-0 in favor of Southern Arkansas. Well, there's some history between these two coaches. We'll start out with Phil McDaniel. Henderson State, I've noticed in my time here, does a good job of hiring head coaches, not only just as coaches, but also as people. McDaniel's 6-6 spring season. You might say that was a bit of an anomaly because he's done a good job with this team. They made the GAC tournament final in 2018, falling to Harding in 4 sets. Before Henderson State, McDaniel, he was the head coach at Drake and South Dakota State. He's also assisted at South Dakota State, New Mexico State, and most recently he was with Division II Northern State. Now we'll talk about that here in just a second because we got to talk about Mule Riders coach Lindsey Parks. Her rise to the head coaching ranks, that hasn't taken very long. She joined Missouri Western State's volleyball team as a freshman in 2011. She redshirted her first season. As a senior in 2015, she actually registered 96 total blocks for the Griffins. So an effective volleyball player with that team. Now, Lindsey Parks, she joined Northern State in 2016 as a graduate assistant. Do you know who else was there at the same time? Phil McDaniel. He was a full-time assistant with that program. So these two coaches, these two head coaches of Southern Arkansas and Henderson State, they've spent time together on a coaching staff. That was a Northern State team. The year after McDaniel left to take the Henderson State job would have been the second and third season for Lindsey Parks, and during those 2 seasons, she was actually a full-time assistant, not a graduate assistant. And those teams actually made NCAA regional tournament appearances, and now this is the first head coaching gig for Lindsey Parks. She's with her 3rd season with Southern Arkansas, as Violeta Mendoza Quintana registers an ace for Henderson State. And the Reddies are up by 3 in set 2. They lead 1-0 overall. But Parks, just 3 total seasons as an assistant with Northern State. And Violeta Mendoza Quintana, 2 consecutive service aces. How about that? She's known for her attacking, but comes up strong on the service end. Reddies up by 4, and Southern Arkansas is now in trouble. The Mule Riders played a pretty good set 1. Whaley. She's going to have to try again. No, this time they're going to go to the near side with Bates, and it doesn't work. Oh, it does. Take that back. Mule Riders score. They're down 5-2. Yeah, how about that? Just 3 seasons as an assistant for Lindsey Parks, and now a full-time head coach in the GAC. She's got her work cut out for her, trying to help elevate this Mule Riders squad, a team that's won a combined 8 GAC victories since 2016. And if you include the series against the Reddies, Southern Arkansas has lost 10 consecutive. Christiane Uzo for the Reddies has her team up by 3. Well, what's funny about this rivalry is that actually before that 10-game win streak that Henderson State currently has, it was actually the Mule Riders who won 12 straight games against the Reddies. So a little bit of history for you there. The teams essentially had one very long back and forth. 3-point Reddies lead here at Don Dyer Court in the Duke Wells Center in Arkadelphia. Well, if you're a parent of the Mule Riders volleyball team, if you have a kid who is not a kid anymore but playing for the Mule Riders, this is Arkadelphia. It's actually not horribly far from Magnolia. They're both kind of in the same region of the state of Arkansas. Arkadelphia, between 10 and 11,000 people, situated about an hour to the southwest of Little Rock, the Arkansas state capital. And it's not too far from Texarkana either, which is on the border of Arkansas and Texas off of Interstates 30 and 49. Magnolia, 61 miles away. Make that 75 miles away if you take I-30 and then the back roads that correspond with that, in a 1 hour, 26-minute drive. And Madison Hatt just got her second ace of the match. The Reddies are up 9-4. Relatively, they've been running away with this one. After a much closer first set. A poor reception from Samantha Still. And the Reddies up 10-4. Timeout, Mule Riders. Reddies leading overall 1-0. And in set 2, 10-4. We'll see you in just a moment here on the Henderson State Sports Network. .40 scoring run for Henderson State in set 2. The Reddies lead 1-0 overall. Welcome back to the Duke Wells Center in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. Whaley out of bounds. Reddies up 11-4. A dominant set 2 performance. Reddies out hitting the Mule Riders 318 to 233. Whaley. But Sykes and Magruder were both there for the block. Reddies going to have to try again, and Hatt with the kill. Second kill of the evening for the setter, and just the 20th of the season. Hatt. And it's Bermudez. We do have a whistle and a Mule Riders point. They're down 12-5. Well, this will actually be the first of 2 matches between both of these squads. The second game will be played at the end of the season on November 11th. That's on a Thursday night at 6 p.m. It'll be at Southern Arkansas in Magnolia. The Reddies have yet to play a team from Oklahoma. Tyasia Magruder with the floater. It falls on the Reddies logo. And Henderson State is up 14-5 and 1-0 overall, looking to take a 2-0 lead. Maya Robinson to provide Reddies service. Straight across near the back line. And Bermudez spikes it away, and Sykes and Mendoza-Quintana with the block error. It's out of play. 14-6 lead now for Henderson State. Southern Arkansas able to get a rare set 2-point. And Bermudez to serve. To the back line to Thoman. And Kaylin Sykes drills the ball to the backside. And the Reddies up by 9. Now 10 away from taking a 2-0 lead. Coming into tonight, Southern Arkansas was actually out hitting opponents 189-188. The issue is that's not a great hitting percentage for either team involved. And Southern Arkansas is 4-9 on the season with an 0-3 GAC record. Meanwhile, the Reddies 11-4. They've lost 2 consecutive games. They're 1-2 in the GAC. Both losses against Arkansas Tech and Harding, both in 4 sets. And it's been a tough season for the Mule Riders. There are 4 wins this year, 2 wins against Christian Brothers, a win in a 5-set match against Union, which is from Jackson, Tennessee, Christian Brothers being from Memphis, Tennessee. And then they also beat Dallas, which is a Division III team. They swept Dallas. But Southern Arkansas also has 2 losses to Division III teams, one against Hendricks and the other against St. Thomas from Texas. SAU went 1-10 last season in a year that they only played GAC teams. That was this abbreviated spring season. The Mule Riders, between 2016 and 2019, have gone 3-13, 1-15, 2-14, and 1-15 in conference play. And between GAC and non-GAC teams, they've won 28 and lost well over 80. Isla Olivas tries for the attack. It's out of play. Bray Denton gets credited with the point, and the Reddies are up 19-7. Scalzi to serve. Feeds it to the back left side. Here's Rogers. And now Mendoza-Quintana, down it goes. Southern Arkansas calls a timeout. You're watching Reddies volleyball on the Henderson State Sports Network. Reddies lead 1-0 overall, looking for a second set victory when we come back. Welcome back to the Duke Wells Center in Arkadelphia. Reddies are up 20-7 in set 2, trying to take a 2-0 lead in this ball game. You have to get to 3 set victories to win. The Reddies cheer and pom squad is in the building. You can't see them on your screen. You can during breaks, but Southern Arkansas gets a rare set 2 point as Olivas on the successful attack, and now Landry Rogers going to serve for the Mule Riders. Scalzi sets it up for Denton. The ball falls, point Reddies, 21-8. Mendoza Quintana, who's got 2 service aces. Is not going to serve. Instead, that's Trinity Sharp coming in, the 5'7" freshman libero from Springdale, Arkansas. 8 sets played coming into the night, 8 digs. She's in the game alongside Trinity Sharp, a couple of Reddies reserves. Sharp just came in a moment ago. J.C. Tupper. I apologize. Trinity Sharp obviously just subbed in the ball game. J.C. Tupper's been in the ball game for a couple of plays now. The 5'11" sophomore right side hitter from Edmond, Oklahoma. Lexi Turner comes into the ball game as well, tied for the tallest player on the team with Larkin Luke. As Trinity Sharp airmails the serve, the Reddies 2 away from taking a 2-0 lead. They're up 1-0 right now in set victories. Tupper and Scalzi will head up the front line. 3 Reddies in the back, 1 Reddy in the middle. Andrea Rowland. It's blocked away and a point for the Reddies. They're up 24-9. Caitlin Sykes back into the ball game, replacing Lexi Turner. An incredibly dominant set 2 for Henderson State. Maddie Fairchild just served the ball. Bermudez blocked, and Caitlin Sykes wins set 2 for the Reddies. They take a 2-0 lead. We'll be back for set 3. The Reddies looking now for their 8th sweep of the season when we come back on the Henderson State Sports Network.
Duke Wells Center. At this time, we'd like to ask all HSU faculty and staff in attendance to please stand. Folks, let's give them a big round of applause for their support tonight and their commitment to our university.
Reddies ahead 2-0. Live in the Duke Wells Center. Welcome back here on the Henderson State Sports Network. I'm Spencer Bone, providing you play-by-play commentary of tonight's match between Henderson State and Southern Arkansas. Christiane Uzo tries for the early punishment, and it converts, falling into the seats. That'll be Uzo's 5th kill of the evening. That's tied for 2nd. An early whistle. I'll check the live stats for the infraction. Southern Arkansas ties the set at 1. It's a ball handling error. It's credited to Scalzi. Scalzi to set up for Uzo. It skips across. And Mendoza-Quintana and Denton were there on the block. They give it to Mendoza-Quintana. And it's a 2-1 lead for Henderson State. That puts Mendoza-Quintana up for service. She had 2 service aces earlier during this match. Mendoza-Quintana, speaking of which, a miracle save. And Thoman pushes the ball across. A drill from Bermudez. Robinson responds. Here's Rogers. It's dug by Mendoza-Quintana. Denton floats the ball. Rogers again, rejected. And it is drilled down by Denton. And the Reddies up 3-1. Reddies won the second set 25-9. Very dominating performance for Henderson State. After winning set 1 25-21. Henderson State is out-hitting Southern Arkansas 414 to 131. Scalzi sets the ball up for Uzo. Tanner with the recovery for Southern Arkansas. Landry Rogers drives the ball into the ground. And Southern Arkansas down 3-2. Samantha Still, the service technician for Southern Arkansas. Batted across by Robinson. Here's Mackenzie Williams on the response for Southern Arkansas. Robinson again, down it goes. Maya Robinson has the Reddies point. They're up 4-2. Bad set, but Bermudez able to sling the ball across. Fake set from Schuster. Robinson punches the ball to the backside. Rogers. Diagonal attack. Mendoza-Quintana with the dig. Uzo into the net for an attack error. Well, there are records available through Henderson State's website of these teams playing each other that date back to 1993. I'm unaware if they've played each other before then, because Southern Arkansas only keeps records for the last 19 games, whereas Henderson keeps them for the last 59 matches. And in those records, Henderson State won 26 in a row from 1993 to 2006. Southern Arkansas would finally get a victory on October 5th, 3-2 in 2006. Matter of fact, between 1993 and 2010, Southern Arkansas only won 2 matches. That's an 18-season span, approximately, where Southern Arkansas won just 2 matches. And then the Mule Riders went on to win 10 straight from the latter part of the 2010 season to the early part of the 2016 season. Henderson State has won 10 since then. And Mendoza Quintana, who's been efficient on digs in this set, wasn't ready for that one, and the Reddies still lead this one, but it's 5-3. Hatt sets the ball up for Sykes, who feeds the ball to the back line of Southern Arkansas. It's back to the Southern Arkansas back line. Rogers had to dive for the dig, and then Bermudez sends the ball flying, and it's a point for the Mule Riders, who tie the set at 5. We've got a few Mule Rider fans in the house. They made the approximately 90-minute trip from Magnolia, Arkansas. Magnolia, as a matter of fact, is one of 3 towns with a Java Primo location. There's one here in Arkadelphia, right in downtown. Hot Springs also has a Java Primo. And then Magnolia on the square. Java Primo is one of the sponsors for our football broadcasts, so always fun to give a shout out to them. Aya Robinson serving for Henderson State. The Reddies hold a 2-point lead and lead this match overall 2-0 as Victoria White tries to send the ball across. And the Mule Riders now down 7-6 as the attack goes wide for the Reddies. Yeah, Java Primo, they serve coffee and food, and I'll be honest, I actually haven't been there yet. It sounds like I need to be making my first trip down to Java Primo sooner than later. Both Magnolia and Arkadelphia residents would both probably be chiding me right now for not making my inaugural trip there. I've only lived here a little over a month, though, so cut me some slack. Victoria White attacks, Stoneman receives. Swing from Magruder, falls down on the ground. Rogers unable to recover, and Taisha Magruder has the Reddies up by 2. Reddies looking for the sweep. They had 7 sweeps on the season, 6 in non-conference play, and 1 against Ouachita Baptist. That sweep against Ouachita is the only conference win of the season for the Reddies. Ouachita, of course, is the Reddies' rival directly across the street. Denton and Magruder are there, and they send it down on a block, and the Reddies are up by 3. We'll see if they give that to Denton or Magruder or both. Always hard to tell from my vantage point. They're going to give it to Magruder, a block solo, and the service error hits the net. You can hear some cheers right now here in the stands. Reddy's cheerleader is throwing T-shirts. That's always bound to get the crowd riled up. The majority of the crowd is on my side of the court, which is the set of stands that you cannot see from your video view. Reddy's up by 2. Service error comes from Victoria White. Came into the evening with 18 service errors on her stat sheet. Reddy's 15 away from a sweep. The Reddies started the season 11-2. That was tied for the best start in Coach McDaniel's tenure here at Henderson State. He's been here 5 years, as I mentioned earlier. Scalzi airs on the serve. And the Mule Riders down by 2. And if you're just joining us, I did talk in the last set about how McDaniel and Lindsey Parks both coached together. Both the coaches of these teams were together at Northern State as assistants. Parks a graduate assistant and McDaniel as a full-time assistant. McDaniel, after 1 season at Northern State, came over here, came down south to Arkansas. Mule Riders faring much better in set 3 than they did the last time around. They lost the last frame 25-9. Kept the first frame close, but still fell 25-21. And they're down by 1. We get a libero serve from Kirk. puts a little bit too much mustard on that one. It's 11-9 in favor of the Reddies. Mendoza Quintana with already 2 service aces today. Nearing a double-double as well. 6 kills and 9 digs. Probably not going to reach the necessary kills based on the way this set is going. But you never know, though. Maya Robinson leading the way for Henderson with 8 kills. Abby Bermudez and Isla Olivas for Southern Arkansas with 6 kills apiece. Olivas is actually hitting .625 tonight for Southern Arkansas.
Point, Mule Rider.
The Reddies out hitting the Mule Riders 361 to 110, though. Obviously one of the biggest stories of the evening. And just when Southern Arkansas gets a break on a service error from the Reddies, they go right back and do the same thing. Reddies coming into tonight, out hitting opponents, 216 to 135. Danny Dagley serving for Henderson State. And that goes wide. Southern Arkansas keeping pace here in set 3. Well, again, SAU, the biggest hope for the Mule Riders is in their head coach, Lindsey Parks. When you're an assistant coach with a team that is as good as Northern State, obviously you learn a few things. Also relatively new to being a head coach as well, just her 3rd season as a head coach at the Division II level. Has spent a lot of time in the Central region. Played volleyball for Missouri Western State, just 1 state up, so. As Sykes finger rolls the ball to the ground. And Southern Arkansas down by just 1 in set 3. The Mule Riders took a loss on Tuesday to 3 sets against Arkansas Monticello. Only lost 3-2. And the Mule Riders actually led in that match 2-1 in sets before falling in set 4, 25-21, and then set 5, 15-12. Madison Hatt. It's a bad bump from Samantha Still. Mule Riders will host Ouachita Baptist on Thursday at 6 p.m. The Reddies head to Arkansas Monticello. That game will also be on Thursday at 6 p.m. Central. Southern Arkansas calls timeout. Reddies up by 4, leading 2-0 overall here on the Henderson State Sports Network. Welcome back to the Henderson State Sports Network. There's Caitlin Sykes. Drives the ball through a pair of hands. 18-13 is the lead for Henderson State. We do have a whistle and another Reddies point. They're up 19-13. Well, if the Reddies can hold on, they lead 2-0 overall, 6 away from getting a sweep. That puts their record at 2-2, trying to avoid heading towards the basement of the GAC. We mentioned a couple of close losses against Arkansas Tech and Harding. Big reason was because they were not getting two-hitter production. They had one hitter out against Arkansas Tech, and then they had both hitters available against Harding. But Maya Robinson, a little bit of an off night. But she's played very well tonight, as you would expect. I mean, again, what an incredible pickup for Coach McDaniel. Just the transfer from University of Arkansas Little Rock. She was good there, and she's been great here. Maya Robinson, again, that's going to be her 9th kill of the evening. 9 kills, 5 digs. She also has a small handful of double-doubles. And Maya Robinson with the ace. That's her first of the evening. Robinson, that'll be her 9th service ace. Robinson was the team leader in kills during the spring season as well. That is a beauty right there. Victoria White drilling the ball. White, the freshman from Kansas City, Missouri, averaging nearly 3 kills per set. She actually had a double-double for Southern Arkansas last time around, 11 kills and 10 digs. Morgan Schuster out of play. Reddies 3 away. Nice combined effort from Magruder and Denton to keep the ball on the SAU side. Mendoza Quintana with her 7th kill of the evening. Reddies are up by 12, and they're 2 away. Larkin Luke, one of the tallest players on the team, comes in, as well as Skylar Fernandez. Thoman to serve. Towards the backside. Here's Tanner. Goes long on the swing. And the Reddies have match point right here. This would be the 8th sweep of the season. Landry Lesper looking to check in for Henderson State. She'll replace Maya Robinson. Lesper, the freshman 6'2 middle blocker. 5'7 freshman defensive specialist. I apologize. Thoman on the way to the middle. And the game-winning block. Larkin Luke and Taisha Magruder were there. Not sure who they'll give that to, if they'll make that an assist or a solo, but it doesn't matter because the Reddies win the match. 3-0 over Southern Arkansas. They improve to 12-4 and break a 2-game losing streak. They're now 2-2 in the GAC as well. Southern Arkansas is now 4-10 and 0-4 in the GAC. And that about wraps it up. Your leader for Henderson State, Maya Robinson, 9 kills. Violeta Mendoza Quintana and Christiane Uzo with 7 each. And Abby Bermudez, Isla Olivas with 6 kills each to lead the way for Southern Arkansas. And Olivas hit .444 on the night. The Reddies leader in digs tonight, Violeta Mendoza Quintana with 9, and actually Mackenzie Thoman was the one who led the way with 10. And for Southern Arkansas, they had 2 players split the lead. Bailey Kirk and Landry Rogers each had 6 digs. Henderson State outblocked Southern Arkansas 9-4. Out-assisted Southern Arkansas 34-25. Taylor Scalzi had 19 assists, and Madison Hatt with 11. And Morgan Schuster, who I mentioned earlier, has been one of the best setters in the GAC with 21 for Southern Arkansas. Reddies win. Your line score 25-21, 25-9, and 25-15. This has been a presentation of the Henderson State Sports Network via YouTube and Facebook. Thank you so much for joining us. A big thank you to David Sally and Court Hagerth, who helped set these streams up and also work in sports information at Henderson State. Athletic Director Sean Jones, and you, the viewers. This is Spencer Bohm, live from Don Dyer Court at the Duke Well Center, saying so long, have a good night, and we will see you for the next broadcast. Don't forget, Henderson State is on the road. The next broadcasts at home here on the Henderson State Sports Network will be next Thursday and Friday, both at 6:30 p.m. against Southwestern and Northwestern Oklahoma State University. We'll see you then. Have a good night, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your week.